She said it so casually, as if she were giving me the weather report. I got married yesterday. Just like that. No hesitation, no tremor in her voice. And then the part that landed like a blade pressed gently, almost politely, against my throat. You weren't invited. It was only for special people. I remember the silence that followed. Heavy, metallic. I could hear my pulse in it. I didn't speak. Not because I accepted it, but because my mind was already dissecting everything. Her tone, the measured cruelty, the rehearsed detachment. It wasn't the sentence that hurt, it was the intention behind it. Someone had taught her to say it like that. Someone had shown her how to twist the knife so cleanly. I heard voices in the background, a man's laugh. Not her husband's, someone older, someone familiar. She hung up before I could exhale. For a moment, I simply stood there, phone in hand, staring at the blank screen. My daughter, my only child, married without me, cut out cleanly, like a piece of faulty machinery removed from a perfect design. Then a colder thought slid through my mind. This wasn't sudden, it was orchestrated. And I wasn't excluded by accident. I was excluded because someone wanted it that way. I just didn't know why yet, but I would. The first hint came 3 months earlier, though I didn't recognize it at the time. She started avoiding eye contact, speaking quickly, changing topics when I asked simple things, how classes were going, whether she needed anything, if she was still dating that boy she'd mentioned once. She never answered directly. I chalked it up to age, independence, mood swings. The excuses parents make when they're too tired to confront the possibility of distance. Then there was the money. Just a small transfer, she'd said once. Then again. Then again. Not large amounts, small enough to ignore but frequent enough to disturb me. Each request felt less like need and more like routine. Someone else was behind it. Someone with access. Someone influencing her. And every time I asked about her life, she slipped away behind vague words and thinner smiles. The real fracture, however, came when I asked the question that should have been harmless. So, when's the wedding? She froze. A microsecond. Barely visible, but I saw it. Panic, guilt, calculation. I don't know yet, she'd said. We're still figuring it out. A lie, delivered too quickly, wrapped in a smile that didn't reach her eyes. She left soon after that, claiming she had to meet someone. And as she walked away, I caught a glimpse of a car waiting outside. A familiar car, dark blue, dusty, with a dent near the back bumper. Her mother's boyfriend's car. A man who never liked me. A man who made sure she didn't either. That was the moment my suspicion settled into something denser. He had been speaking for her, shaping her, turning her. And when she said I wasn't special people, I knew exactly whose voice I was really hearing. Not hers, his. I didn't confront her. I didn't confront him. I simply started listening more carefully. I checked old statements, cross-referenced dates, watched her behavior shift. The transfers always aligned with weekends she spent at her mother's house. The excuses always arrived after conversations with him. Control isn't loud, it's subtle. A tightening of choices until the victim thinks the decisions are their own. The call came at 4:13 p.m., a time too late for accidents and too early for emergencies. Her voice wasn't trembling. That was the first warning. "Don't wait up tonight," she said. "We're doing a last-minute rehearsal for the promotion event." Rehearsal? She'd never rehearsed anything a day in her life. I stared at the muted phone screen long after she hung up. A strange calm settled over me. Quiet, heavy, like snow burying sound. Then, an hour later, a message appeared. A picture. Her. At the company bar. Glass in her hand. Leaning too close to the man she once called more like a brother. No caption, just the picture. Sent by a number I didn't recognize. My heartbeat didn't rise. My breath didn't hitch. Everything simply narrowed. Like the world had been reduced to a corridor and all that existed was the end of it. I stared at the photo until the pixels blurred, until her smile stopped looking like hers. Then I did something I didn't think I'd ever do. I saved the picture in a locked folder and sat in silence counting the seconds until I knew exactly what I needed to do and who I needed to become to survive whatever was coming next. And whatever this was, it was already coming for me. My wife, Ayla, had spent the last few weeks bathing in late-night meetings, sudden deadlines, and unexpected strategy sessions with her new CEO. She said it was normal, growth, opportunity, corporate season. I wanted to believe her. I did believe her, until little fractures began forming beneath her explanations. The way she started leaving the house already dressed to impress. The way her best friend, Daniel, suddenly reappeared in her stories, conveniently woven between meeting notes and department gossip. The way her eyes stopped landing on me fully, hovering, sliding, avoiding. But it was the way she touched her phone as if it were breathing that told me everything I wasn't ready to hear. I watched, quietly, like a man observing his house walls for cracks after hearing them whisper in the night. The emotional distance, the polite kisses, the practiced smiles. I didn't accuse her, didn't question her, because silence is a better witness than anger. It sees more. And something inside me whispered that there was a truth crouching in the shadows between her words, a truth waiting for the right moment to bare its teeth. The investigation began without ceremony. I moved like a ghost, calm, orderly, invisible. Phone records first, long calls during midnight hours, always between the same pair of numbers, her best friend, her CEO. Then receipts, wine bars nowhere near the office, 2 plates, 1 bill. A hotel charge she claimed was a corporate retreat, but was purchased on a night she said she was home late because she was helping an intern with paperwork. I didn't confront her, not yet. A confrontation gives the guilty a chance to rewrite the script. I wasn't interested in rewrites. I wanted the unfiltered, unedited truth. I gathered evidence quietly, every piece a puzzle fragment, every fragment fitting too perfectly. But the last piece came from the same unknown number as before. Another message, another picture. This time her hand rested on the CEO's chest, her head leaning toward him with the kind of innocence only a guilty person performs. The caption finally appeared. Thought you should know before the party tonight. The party. Her promotion celebration. The place where I was expected to smile, applaud, and thank the world for helping my wife ascend. I stared at the text, unblinking. The night wasn't coming. It had already arrived. The physical proof arrived an hour before I had to leave for the event. Phone backups, hidden chats, screenshots from someone inside the company, someone who had clearly been watching her long before I opened my eyes. Every message between her and Daniel, every late-night exchange with her CEO, every plan, every lie. They painted a picture so complete it felt surgical. 2 affairs, running parallel, intersecting behind my back, for months. When she finally came downstairs